This is the hallway on the 10th floor leading to apartment 1011. And you can see the entry is all electronic. You swipe your hand here and then enter the code, except it didn't work. And then it opens. So here we are inside Sonder apartment 1011 on Common Street, 925 Common Street in New Orleans. I want to show you what this apartment looks like, but I also need to point out the fact that this is not the apartment that we rented from Sonder via Airbnb. We reserved an apartment and via Airbnb from Sonder in this building, in this very building, but the photos were not of this apartment. And so when we arrived in a different apartment that wasn't even this one. And we have some very specific requirements because we're spending at least 1 or 2 months here in New Orleans. So we need a lot of workspace. We had requirements in terms of where we need to sit to be working and that sort of thing. That place did not have it. So we had to make some late night phone calls and text messages to try to get the situation resolved. The people from Sonder sent somebody over and also had someone online to work it out so that we could see 2 additional apartments, and we chose this one because it has the best setup for us. What's strange though is we never found out why the apartment that we had reserved was not available. We never saw that apartment. We don't know what happened to it or if it even exists. At any rate, now that we're here in this apartment, let me give you a quick tour. This is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment on Common Street in New Orleans in the Central Business District in CBD. So it's very centrally located. It's not necessarily the quietest location, however. But you see, the kitchen is quite expansive and modernly, it's a modern design, so it's comfortable. It has almost everything that you need, although for a month or more, it does not have as many pans or utensils as you really need. There's no strainer, for example. There's no spatula. There are certain things that are missing. I do like this bowl, though, so they have some nice, interesting decor items here, but they need to do more if this is going to be, for a longer stay. I do like this area. This is one of the areas we use as a work area during our stay. And then the living room area has a couch, a small couch, and a table and 2 chairs that are good for eating, but also for working. There's a large screen TV. This is another thing that's problematic. They say, according to their Airbnb advertisements, that they have Chromecast, I believe it's called, for streaming services. When we got to this apartment, it did not have it. So they sent over a very nice guy who supposedly helps them with tech, and he brought the equipment. He was unable to set it up, so we still don't have Chromecast. What they have is not even basic cable. It's some sort of free cable, a digital thing, where you don't get CNN, you don't get HGTV, you don't get MSNBC, any of those national news channels. All you get is a lot of QVC home shopping channels, Decades, Comet, some oldies stations like MeTV, things like that. So we've watched Mary Tyler Moore and things like that, and not as much news, unfortunately. Walking into the bedroom now, it's a large bedroom, king-size bed. One of the things that we do like about this apartment and this building in general is that there's a lot of windows, a lot of light. The apartment they initially put us into did not have as many windows. It wasn't as much, it didn't have as much natural light. So there are things to be concerned about because you don't necessarily know what you're getting when you're renting from them. It's a big international company, and so you're being helped by people who are not even here. This is the bathroom area, stall, shower, no bathtub, a nice sized closet, basically a walk-in closet. So that is very spacious. So that was definitely a plus of our stay here. So we're actually about to leave now. We've been here for exactly a month. The apartment is nice. The building has its imperfections because out of 5 elevators, only 1 works fully and 1 only goes up before it will go down. So you sometimes have to wait for the elevator, and also it makes it harder in terms of social distancing. So there are certain things that you need to keep in mind, especially if you're dealing with an international company like Sonder that doesn't have someone on site who's really overseeing things. We like this apartment, we like the location, it's fine, but the building has some issues, the apartment has some issues, and we never found out what happened to the apartment that we had originally paid for and reserved. So, long story short, be careful when you rent. Of the 5 elevators, Only one works fully. One of them only goes up, and so you have to ride it all the way to the top floor in order to get down to the bottom floor. This is the view from the rooftop deck, which has a very small pool, quite a few chairs, and a city view.